Blaine and Allyson in the morning. 96.3 WDVD.
This is awesome to have you here.
It is,
because
yeah.
you and Allyson have been talking for months, if not over a year.
Yeah.
Right?
We have.
Yeah, we talk on Facebook.
And Lorrie is Lorrie the Pet Psychic from LorrieThePetPsychic.com. And she can speak to living animals. She can speak to animals who have passed. And we're going to have her do a reading, at maybe two here this morning.
Well, first I have a question before we even get into it. How did this how did this happen? How
do you become a pet psychic?
That's funny. I am a third generation. So I was like born into it.
Okay.
Even though we all have the same abilities, you and I, we all have the same abilities, just I have more practice.
Okay.
That's probably the easiest way to word it.
Yeah,
So-
we have friends who are psychics,
Right, right.
and who come on the show and they say everybody to one degree or another has the gift, but some people are really in tune with it so that they can really see and hear and get messages.
Right. And I still do people. I started with people, and thank goodness it was a friend. I was doing a reading for her, and her pet kept coming through, her dog. I thought I was going crazy. I'm hearing animals now. So luckily, I just gave her the message, and she was so excited. And so that's how it really took off.
Yeah.
So, okay, at what age did you discover that you had this ability?
I was pretty young, but I didn't realize what it was. But I always listened to my gut instinct, I think, just throughout my life.
Yeah.
So, and even a teenager, I always wanted to go to psychics.
Yeah.
So I was always,
Just drawn to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But for some reason, when you're talking to your friend, trying to pick up a reading for the friend, the animal came through more clear.
It did. It, like I said, I thought I was going crazy. I thought, and then you think, oh, how cool,
Right.
Once you get the confirmation that, yes, everything that was being said is,
legit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, well, let's talk about one of Allison's pets.
Okay. Where do you want to start? Who do you want?
It's interesting because we've really been focused about a lot of this year has been focused on Phoebe, who we lost. We battled cancer and we did not win, and we thought we would. And I'll try not to get emotional.
Me too.
I really don't want to.
And it's okay because I'm an empath. So I feel everything, and you're going to cry and I'm going to cry.
Yeah, I really.
This will be one of those rare occasions where I'm not crying. Or
Yeah,
maybe, who
right?
knows?
Well,
I know, but-
I'm an animal lover, and
Right.
my pets are my babies. And we got Phoebe as a little girl. She was about 4 weeks old, so we had her whole life. And just out of the blue, she got cancer. Like literally on a Thursday night. It wasn't there on Wednesday. This tumor popped up, and she had surgery. She was scheduled for surgery the following week, and we thought we beat it. She had the tumor taken out, and we had a good 3 weeks where we're running around the house, and then we just started spiraling downward, and then we had to make the really hard call, which I did not want to make that. I don't ever,
You never do.
No, so a lot of this year has been spent on her, and did we do the right thing? And
Okay. How old was she?
I want to say she was pushing 15. She was
Okay.
14.
And she's saying yes. Well, actually, why she keeps saying 15 and a half? So
Well, I'm sorry, Miss Phoebe.
I know because sometimes you have to have that half in there. But she's saying she was born with cancer.
Really?
It didn't blossom until all of a sudden, like you just said.
Yeah.
She's always had it. She said, I know like you said, we tried with the surgery, and she wanted to try too. So she said, thank you for that. But it was gonna keep coming back no matter. You could have done surgery and surgeries, you know what I mean?
It was funny because when Warren and I finally made the decision to give up because her quality of life was terrible. He was force feeding her every meal.
She was existing, not living.
Right.
Exactly.
We said the next morning we're taking her in and we're letting her go.
She said, thank you.
Well, the next morning I woke up and I saw her over by her water dish. So she had gotten out and walked around, and I said, well, no, plans are off. We're going there to get her appetite suppressant, her appetite pill given, and we're gonna go 3 more more days and we're going to try. And the vet said, don't do that.
No, she said, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to take my last walk around, look around.
And wanted to be with Allyson and Warren.
Exactly. That was like your goodbye.
Well, that's good to know because that's what we...
Did it feel like a goodbye?
Yeah, and then we brought her home, and this may sound weird to people, but we laid her in. She laid. She laid in the living room for like the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
We didn't bury her right away, so she laid there on her blanket, and but
everyone
got to say goodbye.
Yeah, that is really good though.
You also want to make sure they're really gone before you.
There's that.
You know what I mean?
Yes, and I have heard horror stories about that. We won't get into, but I have. And no, you did it. She said you did everything. I would if you and I would have had this conversation when she was still here.
Yeah,
it would have been everything you did. So you did everything
that
she wanted you to do.
That makes me feel good. Cause
were you worried about that?
Yeah, I still worry about it. I still worry that we didn't fight hard enough.
No, she said I couldn't fight anymore.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't do anymore.
Well,
I wanted to,
that makes
but I
me
couldn't.
feel good.
Her body, not that she didn't. Her body couldn't.
Yeah,
her soul could have. Her body, and she's around. I know everybody sees her
in the house.
Yeah,
I feel like they do too.
They do, and they play with her.
Do they?
Is it possible that Phoebe is influencing the new kitty who keeps losing stuff
and throwing her dad's phone away?
Yeah. Is it possible?
She's taking the Fifth Amendment.
I love it.
That's beautiful.
And that was her. But she would do stuff like that when she was here.
Yeah. Oh, Phoebe was something. She was not like anybody else, and you were not her boss.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, so she was a chip off the old block.
She was. She was the one cat you couldn't pick up. You could not pick up Phoebe.
Really?
You could not hold her. Nope. She'd give you love.
Yeah.
But you couldn't pick her up. You could not carry her around.
So who was tougher, her or Isabella?
Oh, Isabella is a pile of mush.
Oh, really?
Wait, in her defense, but in Phoebe's defense, almost like it would be somebody with fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
When you picked me up, it would actually kind of physically hurt me.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't that I didn't want you to.
When she was a baby, I could carry her everywhere.
Yeah.
She just outgrew it.
But I just think it, progressed as she got older.
Yeah.
I was like sort of touch me.
So she was going to get sick, and there wasn't. Okay.
But she is glad she did the surgery.
Yeah.
Because, it's like my last hope. Hopefully,
I'll tell you the time that we had between the surgery and her passing, we lived those days together. We enjoyed those days.
Thank you. And that's what you should do, and that's what about what I do. People can talk before they are ready, and they have requests whether they want to be cremated or laid out for everybody to say goodbye. Or just can I continue or not?
Right.
And they'll tell you.
Yeah.
And that I think that's so important. Just knowing I get to say goodbye. There's somebody I can give them their voice for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is really awesome, and it's
How
good
How do you feel?
I feel good knowing that because
relieved.
Yeah, and I know Warren will too because I just say sometimes he doesn't have as much doubt as I do, but I just say I hope she never thinks we gave up on her.
No, no. She was thinking that she gave up on you. That she was at fault. That my body wouldn't let me. And so this is a good conversation you guys are having. So, it's all clear. The more, if you let it go and then you can feel her.
Yeah, and I do. And I bought a necklace when she was sick. I knew that I probably didn't have much time with her, and I found this necklace. It was just this little black kitty on a chain. I found it at Target, and I bought it specifically so that I could wear it in that was like my little miniature Phoebe emblem.
Exactly.
So, and I wear it, and that's her.
Exactly.
I wear her around my heart. So.
And nowadays they have the jury out that you can actually put their ashes and stuff in.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one personally, but I heard about
it.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
No, I thank you for that, Lorrie.
You're
That's
more
great.
than welcome. She's just almost now I get to be with you and there's nothing, no guilt, everybody did everything right.
And we still talk to her, so
thank you.
Good. Yeah.
Because she hears you,
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thanks for telling me that.
Oh, you're welcome. And
I appreciate that.
It's my honor. I'm just glad I could help with that,
Okay, trying to talk to my dog, Judd, a black lab, who was put away, I guess is the word, put down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Put to sleep.
How old?
Yeah.
Judd was put to sleep when I was 10 or 11.
I mean, how old was he?
He was probably about the same age, 11, 12 maybe.
Okay.
That's what I think. Family dog.
Right. And what was coming to me, did you hunt with him?
Yes.
Because he loved doing that with you. He hoped it was okay for you.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but you were inexperienced.
Yeah, I was a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. And my dad was a horrible hunter, so either way we were screwed.
It wasn't really in there. They really didn't.
Right.
Our whole thing was go out in the woods and sit around and eat candy bars.
Well, that's what he probably wondered. What the heck?
Yeah.
Why aren't we hunting?
Yeah.
Is what he's saying. He's laughing. He's good. But he serves me a lot of arthritis too.
Yeah. Yes.
And he was ready as well.
Yes, he was.
Actually, he said I could have went sooner.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. He, wow.
Oh, here, you need it.
I'm fine. He was just a great character.
He always watched over you. I mean, he was like your, not, I want to say babysitter, but your pet.
Yeah.
He would.
Well, John and I were kind of like, it was like my mom and dad had two sets of kids. They had the girls, Cindy and Susie, and then they had me and John. John and me in that order. And then Judd. And Judd was kind of like our pal.
Like another kid.
Like another brother. And Judd, I mean, John was probably closer to Judd than I was, but Judd was, I loved him. And when I came home,
you didn't know, right?
I came home from school and my grandpa met me at the door and I didn't know. And I knew he was sick. But I didn't, when you're that age, you don't know.
No.
And I was really mad at my grandpa. I blame my grandpa. I blame my mother and my dad because my grandpa, I think one of the reasons why my grandpa met us is because both my parents were at work that day, but he also, I think, got the dog for us when we were little.
Yeah.
So I was really mad about that for a long time.
But
how could you do this to Judd? He was so...
Right.
And I'm like 30 years later still feeling like this.
Well,
God.
No, but Judd wants to say something. He knew when you guys were going to school. He almost made it impossible for your grandpa not to take him. He didn't want you to see him the end like that because that's the image you would have had in your head as a little kid. Well, even as adults we do.
Yeah.
He did not want you there. Not that he didn't love you. He just didn't want you to see because you always saw him strong and
full of character. He was really just a fun...
That's what he wants you to remember. He doesn't want you to remember him.
He was a funny dog. We would go in the water, and black lab, right?
Yeah.
And you'd think black labs would just love. He hated swimming. He would kind of like, oh God, why are you making me do this?
That's so funny.
Oh my God, can you please bring me back in the boat?
He's always worried going in the boat to begin with.
Yeah, because
he knew what was coming after.
At some point, we're all going in the water, and you're coming with us.
It's like, what did I do bad? This is my punishment.
Oh my God!
But no, he said, please don't be mad. You have to let that go too because that's what he wanted.
Yeah,
to go that way.
Wow.
And he loved just that he loved you, and he said we had the best time. It was just like another playmate.
He really was. Yeah. He was a great friend.
Yeah,
he really was. That's so funny.
And
and I haven't thought about him this deeply since I was a little kid, since I was a teenager.
Because you were supposed to talk to him. I mean, you needed to clear that with him.
I guess.
Now you could just know.
Wow.
It's good to know that
exactly.
Good
that
Lord.
They were okay with it, and
oh yeah. I mean, he did. I don't know what he did, but it was your grandpa that took him, right? Mm-hmm. He made it almost impossible. Your grandpa did want to wait for you guys, but Judd had other agenda. So
yeah,
he said no. We're going.
Maybe in one last attempt to protect you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
absolutely.
was
Yeah,
like
because
yeah.
Yeah.
you would have definitely had
I mean, I
that
remember.
terrifying image in your head.
You know how you have vivid memories of certain days?
Yeah.
Right.
Cold winter day, gray, snowing like crazy. Okay, it's the Sioux, so that's most days of the year. But I remember coming home from school and my grandpa's waiting in the doorway.
Right.
And
Judd's gone.
Judd's gone. Judd's been put to sleep. They put him to sleep that morning.
Right.
And he's got to tell me and John what happened.
And you were mad he didn't wait.
And I was mad. I was mad that they did it without running it by me.
right, because even at 11,
'Cause
I'm a Fowler.
Blaine Fowler. You don't screw around with me. And he's my dog, Judd.
Right.
But honestly, I really was. I mean,
I know.
he was our dog. He was me and John's dog. I know grammatically that's a train wreck.
No, I know. But it's interesting to hear her say that
Right.
Judd was making it impossible for him to
I
wait
believe
for
it.
you.
He was blind at that point. I know that.
Yeah.
Right.
They figured he was blind. Wow.
But just and you well, and you were not gonna. What were you gonna say? No, I don't want you to go. You know, and he needed to go.
Yeah. It's amazing. Okay, everybody needs to check out your website. It's LorrieThePetPsychic.com. And this Saturday, you will be at Petco in Canton on Ford Road.
Oh, that's near me.
And also, are you going to be at the same Petco on November 2nd? That's a Sunday? Is that what I'm... Or 11 to 2 is
Yes.
the time. Okay,
Yes,
got
I'm
it.
sorry.
Okay, let me redo that.
I'm sorry. It was my fault.
No, that's okay. And this Saturday from 11 to 2, you will be at Petco in Canton on Ford Road. And are you doing readings? Is that the...
I am. And they need to call. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay.
They need to call the store to book their appointment.
Okay, and that number is 734-844-1677. We'll put this on the website.
Yeah, and
734-844-1677.
I'm donating $5 of every reading is going to go back to the Petco.
Oh, that's
Charity.
awesome,
Cool.
Lori.
Yeah. So
Cool.
I lowered the price for.
And she can do not just our pets that have passed, like
Right.
you just did for us, but our pets that are still around. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
that's very cool. Well, I
And
might come see you Saturday
Do
too.
that. And you don't have to bring your pet. I can read obviously from a picture.
From a
Right,
picture.
right, right.
You know, because people have cats and they don't.
Right.
They're not always all
No,
sociable
they don't like
together.
to go for car
No,
rides.
it's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not fans
You
of
know.
that. And you didn't even have a picture for Judd, so...
No, I didn't.
Thank you very much. This
Thanks,
is
Lori.
awesome.
Oh, it was my pleasure, and just knowing, especially the people that are going to be adopting rescues. It's good to have, people will send me a picture, and I can say yes, this is the right fit. Because they have baggage. You need to know what the baggage is to adjust. So that's good. I would want to know.
Yeah.
And I do lost pets.
Yeah. Great.
Awesome.
Well, thanks, Lori.
Check her out online, LorrieThePetPsychic.com. Lori, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Blaine and Allyson in the morning. 96.3